Chibok girls. Aisha Yesufu breaks silence following claims that USAID funded Boko Haram. Announced to the News Info, some ex-users claim that BBOG was sponsored and used by USAID to remove Jonathan from power, and as well as demanded explanation from Aisha Yesufu. An activist, Aisha Yesufu, has reacted after it was revealed that USAID reportedly funded terrorist group Boko Haram. She had been criticized on X over her role in the famous Bring Back Our Girls BBOG campaign. The BBOG campaign came on the heels of the kidnapping of about 300 Chibok girls in Borno State. The girls were abducted from their school by suspected members of Boko Haram on April 14, 2014. Some Nigerians believe that the incident was orchestrated, sponsored and targeted to oust ex-president Goodluck Jonathan, who came from a minority tribe in Nigeria. Jonathan eventually lost the 2015 general election to former President Muhammadu Buhari, with the BBOG campaign playing a prominent role. Yeah, I remember that. The matter became a subject of discussion again on the internet after it emerged that the United States Agency for International Development, USAID, channeled about $697 million annually in funds to terrorist organizations, including Boko Haram, Al-Qaeda, the Taliban, and the ISIS. I don't think they said they channeled it to terrorists. Allegedly, they were using it. And this money is supposed to go to helping people that are in all these IDP camps, for healthcare, for people with HIV/AIDS, so for people with malaria and all of that. That is what the money was meant for. But they are diverting it and using it to sponsor terrorists, to sponsor Boko Haram, to sponsor ISIS, to sponsor the likes. Not only Nigeria, but in other countries, the Afghanistan, the Iran, and all of that, everywhere that there is war in the world. So it's not like the USA knows that this money is being used for another thing. I don't really know that angle very well, but that is why Trump is trying to stop the money from going anywhere again, since the money is being used to sponsor terrorists. Or probably the person that was there before that is Biden knew Obama and Biden, they were actually sponsoring terrorists with this money. And now Trump has come to find out that this is what they are using this money for. So he is stopping it. That one is another thing too. U.S. Congressman Scott Perry made the revelation on Thursday during a congressional hearing of the subcommittee on delivering on government efficiency. The session, titled The War on Waste, Stamping Out the Scourge of Improper Payment and Fraud, focused on alleged misappropriation of taxpayers' funds. It exposed how taxpayers' dollars, primarily through USAID, inadvertently supported groups hostile to Americans' interests. According to Perry, your money, $697 million annually, plus the shipments of cash funds, Madrasa, ISIS, Al-Qaeda, Boko Haram, ISIS Khorasan, terrorist training camp, that is what is funding. Instead of going to building of schools, helping people that have HIV/AIDS to get the antiretroviral drugs and all of that, this money is going to terrorists. That is what was revealed. Following the revelation, some ex-users claimed that BBOG was sponsored and used by USAID to remove Jonathan from power, and as well demanded explanation from Aisha Yesufu. What's Aisha Yesufu's business with that? Or do you think she knows about it? I don't think so. She was just fighting for the girls. I don't think there's an explanation for her to give. At Anthony Abakboro wrote, I still stand at Aisha Yesufu should either apologize or tell us why she thinks she's innocent. Insulting David Ndeye at David Ndeye is not addressing the truth. Another ex-user at Ogidi Odogo says, Aisha Yesufu, what do you say about the expose at DOG regarding USAID sponsoring Boko Haram and bringing back our girls campaign to unseat JEG? Aisha, I am sorry for. Did he specifically mention that they sponsored the Bring Back Our Girls too? Did the person specifically mention that? I don't think so. Aisha, I'm sorry for you. The refusal to admit an honest mistake has destroyed your image and usefulness. Pride messed you up. Your value is now 20%. Wrote at Michael Value, I beg. However, the activists denied that USAID or any organization sponsored Bring Back Our Girls. Yesufu says she is working on getting people with competence, character, and capacity into leadership positions. Just so you know, Aisha Yesufu is currently working with like-minded Nigerians who are not afraid to put in the work for Nigeria to be a great nation. She's working on getting people with competence, character, and capacity into leadership positions so they can give good governance, accountability, and transparency. Do well to do your bit, otherwise you'll still be on my timeline years from now blaming everyone but your inability to put in the required work necessary for nation building. One of our posts on X Street. Really, I don't think she would know that USAID is sponsoring Big Back Our Girls and she would be fighting for them like that. I don't think so. Well, anything can happen. This is Nigeria and you cannot trust anybody. Chimadegbero says, continue to defend what you don't know. Did you know that a Frenchman was arrested at Sambisa as one other trainers of Boko Haram? Really? What of the sponsored media propaganda that BBC and others are paid? Now, wow, a lot is going on in this country. Chimadegbero also says, it's glaring that those so-called activists and NGOs are getting money from outside. They are not fighting for the interests of people, but their own. It is well. Sunday Adara says, I don't think that it is true that Boko Haram was funded by USAID at all. Well, the man mentioned Boko Haram. The only thing is that the USAID did not know that the money they are sending to Nigeria, to the north especially, is being used to sponsor terrorists. That was what I heard that man said. That, they are supposed to use the money to build schools, to do this, to do that, but this is what they are using the money for. That was what I particularly picked from what that man said. So I don't know why they are now saying that USAID knows, like they intentionally are sponsoring terrorists. I don't know. The Trump apologists and supporters are just trying to demonize USAID to justify its dismantling despite the positive contributions of the organization to the development of the third world countries, including Nigeria. It's just a case of giving a dog a bad name in order to hang it. Those saying that they didn't eat to oust Goodluck Jonathan should remember that Boko Haram was in existence in Nigeria before Jonathan became president. Abio, I don't really buy all this propaganda, I beg. Benedict Egoje says, nothing on earth is hidden unless God doesn't want people to know. That is why it will remain hidden. Exactly, Cesar. Hindsight also says, this Chibok thing, then I thought it was unknown bandits, but later realized that these people were carried and kept in even a safer place for government to pay ransom, which they did by them, yes? So it's a bygone government thing within them and power. Exactly. Listeners, what do you think? Leave your thoughts in the comment section. Don't forget to like, to share, and subscribe. Thank you for listening. See you some other time. Bye.